What it do, man? No, man, we just got having a little, little green room conversation, man, just about normal things that be occurring in our life, man, and up in this country,
don't be
man.
getting addressed.
You did. Don't be getting addressed at all. Can't sweep it under the rug, and it's a real factor out here, man. So yeah, we'll have to get into something like that definitely a little bit later, a little bit more discussions on that.
Yeah, of course.
No doubt.
But shoot, I mean, let me introduce. This is Eddie P. If you guys don't know,
Yes.
musician, artist. I mean, he has his own brand. Make sure, entrepreneur.
Yes, sir. Most definitely, man. Yes, indeed. And before we kick it off, man, I gotta tell you, man. You know what I'm saying? From one artist, because you're an artist too. From one artist and entrepreneur to the next, man. I see what you're doing out here, man. I respect the hustle and salute.
Yeah.
I definitely want to get that out the way.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I mean, shit. I'm just trying to find just people that's actually trying to work at this point, you know. So I mean, let's just tell them how long you've been making music, just.
Okay.
Give me a background story.
Okay, so I started making music in 2000. Started writing rhymes. I did it as a kind of as therapy, because when I moved up here to the Pacific Northwest, I didn't know nobody, so it was a way that I could kind of pass the time, and so I would just chill at the crib and write rhymes. It was almost like I just immediately started doing it. Kind of like, the things that I would normally be talking about with my peoples on a day-to-day basis, I just put that on the page.
I got you.
So it was almost like, chopping it up with somebody. So that's how I started. I didn't have no name in mind or nothing like that. I just
writing for the craft.
I was just absolutely, I just started writing. And that just progressed to me starting to try to figure out what would I name myself after, I don't know, umpteenth 16s or whatever I was putting together. I started to try to figure out, okay, man, well, I'm going to have to come up with a little name or something like that here pretty soon. And, when I wound up linking up with a crew, then it was around that time where my name came, and that's how I was born.
I got you.
Yeah.
And you said you started writing music or raps, or you said 2002.
Right? Oh, 2000.
Oh, 2000.
Yeah,
so,
2000.
22 years at this point.
As we get a little bit deeper into the story, I did take a couple year hiatus off.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of things that led to me doing that, but consistently, I would say for a good 19 and a half, 20 years of writing rhymes. Yeah.
And you said you moved to Washington in 2000, right?
In 2000.
So, and where are you originally?
I'm from Sac Town.
Sacramento.
Yeah, man.
And how's that? I mean, compared to Washington, because you said, you came here, so.
Sac Town. Let me see. The last place that I lived in Sac Town was Del Paso Heights, and I went to Grant High when I lived out there.
Gotcha.
And Del Paso Heights, you know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful place, but it's like many other places in Sac Town. Whether you're talking about Del Paso Heights, you're talking about Oak Park, talking about neighborhoods like G Parkway, Fruit Ridge. I mean, it's just a lot of gang related activity out there. That's the culture that I grew up around, and you know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful place. You know what I'm saying? I was cool with a lot of different people. I grew up in a real diverse neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? I had SA homies, Asian homies, Pacific Islander homies. You know what I'm saying? White folks was the minority over there. You understand me? It was like, you can literally count how many of them was out there, and that's what I felt like when I first moved out here. But now that I'm tapped in, I mean, I know there's way more than what I originally saw.
I got you.
You dig? But But yeah, no, it was great growing up in Sacktown, man. It's just like any other hood or any other ghetto across the United States, man. You know what I'm saying? You got you got gang related activities going on, you understand, and just everything that comes along with that, you know what I'm saying?
And so what made you move up from Sacramento to Washington?
What made me move? Because you got to get out of the ghetto at some point.
Okay.
There's only. What was you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say, like, what made you actually like aware of it? Because some people, that's their whole reality.
I know it well.
I
know it well. So it was a family affair. You understand what I'm saying? It was a family affair. You had to. We all bailed up out of there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I still got some real close rellies out there, and my brother's side of the family, my little brother's side of the family, the Robinsons, they still out there, and they live out there in the Bay Area. So I had another part of my family that lived out there in the Bay Area. So that's another vibe too. Mm-hmm. And I lived out there too for a while. But you either gonna go to jail or you gonna go to the grave. That's just it. I mean, I done had people get bodied right outside my front door. I done had people get bodied down the block from the house. I done had people get bodied around the corner from my house. You know what I'm saying? We had metal detectors at our schools too. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's really like that. And I'm talking about in middle school. You understand me? And so that's it, man. Cats be starting off hustling young. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? My cousin who I looked up to, man, you talking about, 12, 13 years old, man, this guy got 20, 30 pairs of shoes and he's hustling. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds hustling. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about cooking at that age. Straight up. This is what it is, man, out there. It's a lot of poverty, and people is trying to figure out how they can get a buck, man, so that they can feed their families and take care of themselves and all of the other things that they feel that they entitled to have, and that's the way that they see that they gonna get it. So getting away from there was essential because again, there's just all of the things that come along with that lifestyle, and you will wind up going one of those two places eventually. And I've seen a lot of folks go those two places.
Can you hit the light? Just be by the light. Just sit by the light if you could. And if it ever gets dark, just wait. But so yeah, let's just going up on that. Just getting back to the music stuff.
Yeah.
What would you say, like, just through making music, what was like the biggest thing you learned? I guess when it comes to because you're an entrepreneur in this, and you, I guess with the business side and everything, it's like, I guess what was the biggest thing you've learned throughout this music? So within the last 5 years, let's say, because I feel like from 2000 to 2022, I think that's a little broad. So I think, let's say, the last 5 years, what would you say is the biggest takeaway you took away from music? Just like through, like, creatively, or just like, I guess, a lesson that you could say.
Okay. Well, creatively, I would say that, you have to find who you are in music. We all got influences in our life and artistically. Yeah. The OGs that give us game, whether it's OGs or whether it's your uncle or whether it's your pops or whatever that's passing knowledge down to you, they're trying to give you, they're trying to condense their experience into a phrase or something like that, some game or something like that you can soak up so that it can make your life a little bit easier. They don't want you to necessarily be like them. They want you to be better than them in many ways. And so what you want to do with game is just take a part of that really is relevant to you, and then make that your own, and then go your way. You know what I'm saying? Do the same thing artistically. And I just put out a tweet today. I said that I try to learn from those who influence me, not copy them. You see what I'm saying? And so it's like Pac was a huge influence on me. Bone Thugs and Harmony was an influence on me. Nas was an influence on me. Scarface was an influence on me. And I can go down the line of all kinds of other artists that was influences on me, from hip hop to soul to jazz to whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't want to be like Pac. I don't want to be like Nas. I don't want to be like them. I want to be like me. So I've taken what I've learned from them and, you know, how they've influenced me artistically and have done something that applies to me. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I've learned artistically. Business-wise, I've always been a go-getter. I've always been a hustler. And basically, that's just an entrepreneur mindset. So I've had that for a long time. You understand what I'm saying? And so what I say about what I've learned might be a little bit different for somebody else. Like for me, I learned that as an independent artist, which is what I am, an indie artist, that you can be successful doing this, that you can make a living doing this. And all you have to do is just keep grinding. You understand what I'm saying? And keep working on your craft, keep improving everything that you're doing, and make sure that you're surrounded by like-minded individuals, that you're always looking to grow in some way, shape, or form, and make sure that you're handling your business. Everything that you need to know, know it, learn everything about this this music thing. You understand what I'm saying? And you can do it. You can be successful. Other folks who may not necessarily have my mindset, they may be looking to get a record deal or get signed or something like that. And I would say that what I said still applies to them as well. You know what I'm saying? It's just that their route would be more so geared towards attracting a label or you know, an A&R or something like that to take a look at them to get them a deal. Whereas I'm just, I believe in what I bring to the table and in my ability to make things happen and do what I need to do.
No, I agree. And I feel like, you know, just with along what you're saying, just upon like independent artists and shit, right? It's like nowadays it's so, I feel like it's with social media and stuff, you know, I think it makes it way more easier because like I feel like when I was looking back at like just before we had like social media and stuff, I was like, dang, like you really had to do the mixtape shit, you know, like you're on the street passing out CDs, you got to put up flyers because there's no such thing as like, oh, like a flyer on the, you know, like on an internet post, you know. And I feel like, I don't know, I think it's kind of crazy when I think about it, but like what would you say was the biggest like marketing tactic that helped you, like, you know, like back in the day? Were you passing out CDs and shit?
I only did that. Let me see. Hold on. Like me personally, I've only done that one time.
I got you.
And I wasn't passing out CDs. I actually was flipping CDs. So the first project that I did, my first solo album was called Apocalypse Now. I dropped that in 2008 with my boy DJ Adios, who actually produced the whole album and everything. Gotcha. We created that project basically to go to Rock the Bells, which was going to take place later on that year, and to basically get our names out at Rock the Bells. So Rock the Bells was about 7 months away or something like that. We started to you know, chop it up about putting together a project. We put together that project just in time. We started, let me see, so Rock the Bells was in September, so we started putting the project together in like July or something like that, banged it out, hit up Rock the Bells, and I went through the whole campgrounds and sold like something crazy. I think I sold like 90 CDs, man, or something like that. So I ain't never just passed them out. I was selling them.
You're hustling.
Oh yeah, and I told cats too, because we had a van My man, he had brought his whole sound system with him, so we broke the sound system out and everything, and he also has his own clothing brand too. And so we had the loud music bumping and all that. We was the only one on the whole campgrounds at the gorge that had the loud music bumping. And I told everybody, I said, listen, man, if anybody turns this album on and y'all don't like it, I'm just right over there. I'll give you y'all money back. I'm right up, see that loud van over there? That's where I'm at, right up over there. So I flipped like 90 CDs, and I told them like, yo, you know, we about to be playing music all night, so you know, y'all can come over and kick it with us later too. So didn't nobody bring it back. You feel me? They all,
that's
you know what I'm saying? I told them, I was like, listen, if you think this is whack, you know what I'm saying, I'll give you your money back. I said, I must have said that to everybody out there, and then nobody returned it at all. So I was like,
that's dope.
Yeah, I was 100% like on deck right there. It was a beautiful thing. But in terms of where we are now compared to that time when it was necessary for cats to be out there doing the mixtapes, and necessary for cats to be out there to get their name out, to be passing out CDs and mixtapes and stuff like that. Yeah, where we at now with the social media, with the where the internet is at right now, how music is so easy to create, so how it's so easy to put together a home studio too and start doing your stuff at the studio. Like, you don't even necessarily need to go to a big studio to start to put together a record and all that. It's amazing, man. It's now more than ever before, man. The independent artist is basically in a prime situation, man. Like, they have all the tools they need to succeed. Everything is so convenient and affordable too. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about, man, you can go get you a little interface, man, for like $100. Go get you a mic for another $100. You know what I'm saying? Go get you a little computer for like $250, and you on right there. Yeah. You can start recording right at the spot. You know what I'm saying? And then all you need is somebody to mix your stuff up, have some type of hustle up in there, some belief in yourself. Got to work on your craft always, and you can win. You know, it's the power is in the hands of in my opinion. Which is why I'm still indie. I believe that that much of the power is in the hands of the artists these days, man. Got you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if for those who are looking to get into it, definitely want them to know that it's you know, back in the day you needed a label. You really did. Like, just like, you know, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I would say, like, yeah, you know, it was still really, really good to get that deal, that record deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, right now, you don't need it.
Yeah, plus I feel like with, like you were saying, just technology just getting so advanced that we could make music at home, and it sounds decent nowadays. You know, like, we didn't have that back in the day. And, I mean, I can only speak for myself because, I mean, I've only been making music for, what, like 3-4 years. But it's just, I think it's kind of crazy because I look at, like, you know, just how it was back in the day with the music business, you know, without, you know, you're going to have to pay like $2,000-$3,000 just for studio time to get it mixed, get copies, get sales and shit. And there's no such thing as streaming services, right? And then so now you got CDs that you need to get pressed, but now it's like all clicks and shit on phones and all that shit.
And not to mention, man, like, you know, people was discovering music mainly through the radios. So it's like, if you wasn't on the radio, then you wasn't getting heard. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just it was you didn't, as an indie artist back then, it was just like, how are you gonna do it, man? These labels, they got the relationships with the radio stations, with the distribution companies. You know, like back then they would have, like, you know, Tower Records and stuff like that. You would have to buy like space, man, to put your CDs and on these shelves and all that kind of stuff like that. And so it was very expensive too for the labels as well. As far as investing in the artists that they had. Yeah. So all around it was more expensive. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? And so there's still a place for for certain things. There's still a place for things such as CDs. Very small percentage of folks out there still listen to them, but you'll be shocked. I have had people ask me for CDs. You understand? And the vinyl, I heard that vinyl sales are starting to climb again. You see what I'm saying? So it's like vinyl is still something that's hot. You know, it's not like on Spotify level or like YouTube level when it comes to how people listen to music, but the vinyl market has been climbing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't to where it once was, but it's still climbing. But with all of the technology and all that, man, it's nothing like the way it used to be. And I think that folks should do a little bit of music business history and music history too, to kind of learn, like, so they understand what they have. Yeah,
and what the game is, really.
Right.
Because we're blessed. I think in 2022, we're pretty blessed for, like, just everything we can do with this.
Oh, yeah, factoids,
like,
man.
even, bro, like, we got a podcast going. You can't do this without having a radio station back in the day, I feel like.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Like, we could buy this, because I bought this, like, what, $60? And then I already have my computer that, you know, shit, if you put $1,000 down, you can get this. And it's like, this made me so much money, you guys don't even know. Like, but you just got to think about it in a business mindset sometimes, you know?
That's right. It's all about your mindset, and it's not about it's not about what you got. It's how you use it.
Yeah, that's fair.
You understand what I'm saying? It's all about it ain't about what you got. It's how you use it, man. How you use your resources, man. Your mental resources and all the rest of the resources that you have in your hand. You know what I'm saying? I was just chopping it up with the homie about that the other day. You know what I'm saying? And you know, this is kind of off subject a little bit, but that last track that we went ahead and recorded, and I told you that I was looking for, you know, a certain type of artist to sing on it and get it done, and I was like,
got it done,
I said, well, you know what, it ain't, I'm just gonna have to get it done then. You know, I ain't got one around me, so you know what I mean, and we made it happen. So and it's all about how you use what you got, man.
That's right. And what would you say, like, just going back to the music, like, what keeps you pushing, like, to this day for this music stuff? Because, like, you know, you did say you took a break, but what was that thing that, like, you know, got you back into the game and keeps you pushing to this day?
Okay, so what got me into the game is part of the reason why I keep pushing as well. Because the backstory of what got me out of the game was, you know, my old crew that I was with, you know what I'm saying, you had cats just still out here in these streets. And it was basically trying to do, you know, kind of straddle both sides of the fence, you know what I'm saying? Be in the streets and do music. Listen, you need to choose a path. You want to do this music seriously, or you want to be in these streets seriously? Which one you going to do? You can't be 50%, you know what I'm saying? You need to be all in, 10 toes in whatever game that you're going to be in. And Cats was over here trying to straddle both sides of the fence. Cats wasn't focused. A lot of treachery started happening. You started looking at homies rob other homies because they looking at what the other homie got, and they start to get envious and jealous, and they start running up in each other's pads and all that, and all that was happening. That was like one of those moments right there where I was just like, whoa, hold on, I'm gonna have to fall back for a little bit. This stuff is getting a little bit wild though, you know. I'm focused on this music right here, but, you know, I'm caught up in a situation where cats are still trying to be out here in these streets. So, you know, I got to figure out what it is that I'm trying to accomplish. I can't be surrounded with cats who ain't like-minded, so I got to kind of get myself together, you know what I'm saying? I need to do some soul searching. So I put the mic down for a little bit, and one of my real close brothers, man, my bro T, told me, he was like, bro, you stopped rapping? I was like, yeah, man, I'm good for a little bit. You know, I threw all my rhyme books away. That right, you, bro.
Yeah, when you do that, though,
yeah, I threw all my rhyme books away. I don't got none of my original rhymes, none of my rhymes when I first started all that. I threw all of that away because I was just like, yeah, man, I'm through with this, man. I mean, if if this is going to lead to everything that I've been seeing happen, you know what I'm saying, with my peoples and all that, cats out here wilding on each other, cats not really being about this, then I'm through with it, right? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, look, bro, you got a gift, man. You got skills, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Just get back into it, but you know, just be on something positive with it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, if he wouldn't have never said that to me, I would still be out here, like on the real, because that made me realize, like, you know what, I can make a difference out here. So, and still have a lot of fun creating, which is why I originally got into it. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna just focus on doing, you know what I'm saying, doing positive stuff then, right? Just empowering myself, empowering my peoples, my community, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff like that. Empowering the, you know what I'm saying, just adding a different look to the culture and all that kind of stuff like that. So that original conversation with my bro T, man, you know what I'm saying? And this is my bro, man. He's a straight up rider. That changed everything. I was like, okay, man, I got my bro. He was like, yeah, man, like, and I had a couple of other homies too that was just like, what? Yeah. Like, hold on, no. It was almost like they wanted me to do it more than I wanted me to do it at that time, and I loved it too. So I'm not trying to make it seem like they wanted me to do it more than me, but just with that belief that they had in what I was doing, that right there is like, when you encounter that, it's a powerful thing, man. When you got people that's just like, that's like telling somebody who's good at what they do, who stops doing it, like, that's like them just putting that down, like just like throwing, you know, whether it's you a painter or whether you a hooper or something like that, you stop hooping, and they're just like, huh? What, you stop hooping? That's not normal. Like, yeah, I'm saying, whoa, like, wait a minute, like, what you gonna do? Yeah. Like, bro, do you understand? Like, you know, you vicious out there.
And you were doing some shit, and sometimes it's like, I feel like as artists, that's like the biggest thing, because it's like we have so much self-doubt, because it really is like sometimes, like, even I feel like when I'm making music, sometimes it's like, damn, like, do I actually like this? Like, is this really what I want to make? And I think, like, what you were talking about, like, oh, you know, you're seeing all these things with, like, you know, just people that's in the music, and this is what's happening to them. And it's like, you know, I don't know, I guess, what was going through your head when you, like, really just said just stop? Was it just...
It was, again, man, it's when you're seeing your peoples, you know what I'm saying, just like turn on each other and just looking at it, you know what I'm saying, that's just like literally just like eyeing each other, man, like, you know what I'm saying, you're looking at what the next man got, you know what I'm saying, it gets to the point where, you know what I'm saying, again, you want to be up in these streets, you know what I'm saying, you ain't really about this music, and, you know, cats is just looking at what other cats got. You know what I'm saying? It was that jealousy and that envy, and all of that was going on at the same time, simultaneously. So it's like, you just sitting back like, hold on, man. It's like, this going to just, is this going to just, what I'm going to receive? Is like, does this bring this? You feel me? Because I don't want nothing to do with that. Because I'm big on family and friends. You dig? You know what I'm saying? That's like, I consider my friends my family, my extended family. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's like, when I see that happening, that right there, I got a problem with that. It's not a family thing either. Yeah,
you would never do that.
Yeah, nah. And it's just like, I'm just sitting back like, whoa, okay. So it's like, if this is like what it's going to be like with, you know what I'm saying, with people I consider family, like, okay, it's like, you know, the other things that I encounter, you know, staying on this path, is it going to be like this, you know what I'm saying? Where cats is just looking at what the next man got, and everybody just trying to one-up each other and finesse each other and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, man, it was the treachery. Yeah. It's that, you know what I'm saying? And you can, and with this business too, it's a very cutthroat thing. That's another reason why I'm going the indie route. But, yeah, when you encounter that type of treachery, I just didn't want nothing to do with it. And my love for the art form just couldn't outweigh that. When you see that kind of treachery happening, I was like, look, man, like, you know, as much as I love this, if this is what I'm going to encounter, I don't want no part of it. I'm good.
Gotcha.
I am good. That's what it ain't had nothing to do with how I felt about my craft because I work hard at it.
Gotcha.
I work hard at my craft, so it wasn't necessarily self-doubt. It's never really been like that. And in fact, like the longer that I go, the more humble that I become, even though my skill level rises. Because you know what I'm saying, I realize it's a blessing to be doing what I am doing, number one. And you know, I just appreciate the fact that, you know, folks vibe with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's a blessing right there, man. That's you know what I'm saying, that's nothing to be you know what I'm saying, egotistical about or nothing like that. So I'm in a real humble spot when it comes to that. But that was what it was, man. That's what just got me up out of it. I don't like to see that kind of stuff like that happening in my family and in my circle. And that just totally turned me off, man. But my bro, he, like, you know, when he told me, like, yeah, man, just you know, just don't stop, man. Get back into it, man. Like, you understand, you got a gift. Then I started thinking about, okay, for one thing, I do love this. Okay, so I didn't put it down because I didn't love this. You know what I'm saying? But I started to think about just the impact that I can make in my community, impact that I can make in music and in hip-hop, because I love music. And I started thinking about that. So with that, empowering the community, wanting to make a difference in music, that became a purpose.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? So I wasn't looking at things from any other way than it was like somebody having a calling. Like, yo, I was born to do this kind of thing. I was born to do that kind of thing. It's just like you waking up and it's like Jordan waking up and just going outside to go shoot a basketball or something like that. It's just what you do.
It's just what it is.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Again, that when he approached me and he told me that, then it became clear. You know what I'm saying? The individuals that I used to chill with back in that time, man, while all that treachery was taking place, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we no longer in communication or nothing like that. So, you know, with all of that drama out of my life, then I'm ever just to focus on music. So another thing that actually I already did point that out earlier when you said what is things that I've learned. You definitely want to just make sure that you in a good spot, man. That you don't have no drama around you, and that you're able to just focus on this music, man.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
And I think now is a good time to introduce the track that we were recording to the end, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about. Let's give it the backstory about just like what was the reason to make that song, and just just give it a break.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah. So first of all, R.I.P. to Chester Bennington, who is the lead vocalist for rock and roll group Linkin Park. Also R.I.P. to my friend Annie Reimer. I made the song in honor of both of them. Chester was dealing with depression, and he suffered from it for a long time, and he winded up committing suicide in 2017. My friend Annie also suffered from depression, and she committed suicide as well. I currently have a few friends who are depressed too, like what you would consider like manic depressants. I dated a girl who was suffering from depression too. So it's a real thing. So this is a type of thing that is impacting my life based on my circle, friends that I know, and then also with me being a Linkin Park fan. I think it's important to bring to light things such as mental health. You know what I'm saying? So it was a no-brainer for me to do a song like this because it hit so close to home. It was in honor of Chester and everybody else that suffers from depression. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of things that we shouldn't sweep under the rug. A lot of these folks who suffer from depression have periods where they good and everything is fine and all that, or at least they portray that, but they really be fighting, inside. And that's what was happening with Annie. Annie, when the night that I seen her, that she took her life, when I seen her, she asked me, she was like, yo, let's go out. I'm about to go be meeting up with a couple of friends, and she was happy though too. Like she was smiling. She had some pep in her step. She the energy was all right. It wasn't even because you know how you can feel people's energy. Yeah, I didn't feel no sad energy, no weird energy around her. She was happy and jovial and all that. And she asked me if I wanted to go out with her and a few friends. They was about to go be chilling at a spot, and you know what I'm saying, it had been a long day for me, so I told her I'm cool, I'm gonna just go back to the pad. So she dropped me off at the house. You know what I'm saying? I was planning on seeing her the next day, and then I found out the next day that she took her own life. Now I was like, no, there's no way. Hold on a second, are you sure that she didn't get killed? Like somebody didn't kill her? Because what do you mean took her own life? Like she was, I'm telling you, she was so happy. It was almost like, you know what I'm saying? It was her birthday or something like that. She just, there's no
questions to be like.
There's no part of me that believed that she was capable of doing that. And so what I've learned through this is that you need to really tap in with your peoples, man, and make sure they good. Sometimes you just gotta ask them, like, hey man, how's things going? You know what I'm saying? You alright? You solid? You know what I'm saying? You good? You know what I'm saying? You got any problems, anything going on? Like, always feel free to hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Never hesitate to holler at me. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta check on your people. You know what I'm saying? And I've also learned this from my other friends too, because sometimes they won't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And they might just vanish for a little bit and then just pop up out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? Just when they feel like coming back out in the public or something like that and talking to people again. But you got to check on people because people are fighting invisible battles. And you know what I'm saying? So your loved ones, man, you got to make sure that you tap in with them. And so I'm hoping that with this kind of song right here, we can, chop it up a little bit more about mental health and depression, because it's a serious thing, man. I mean, I don't know how many, if you know any folks that's suffering from it, but it's just like my best friend is a manic depressant. My ex is a manic depressant. I had a friend that died from depression. I've had other friends who have friends who have died, who have taken their life because of depression. Actually, my ex's brother committed suicide. You understand what I'm saying? Because he was depressed. So this is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? So with a song like this, man, this is from the heart right here. And it's definitely not just a track that I put together to sell nothing. This is about this is about what I'm saying. This is about life, man. This is about family and friends and really, starting a conversation, that'll help us turn this kind of stuff like that's going on around in the society, because it's serious, man, no doubt.
And just going along with just mental health, what would you say, is there anything that you would recommend to someone that, how are you able to keep your mental health good? Would you say just being at the point you're at in your life,
Okay. So I would say for instance, it all depends on what kind of demons, and I do mean that literally, man. Because for real, man, when you're suffering from these different things, man, it's like you were in a fight, with a straight up demon, man, something that wants to take you out. And so it all depends on what demon you're fighting. So say for instance, Annie, what she was fighting was she was depressed because her boyfriend that she was in a relationship with at the time, she felt like it was one-sided. She felt like, and this is what I found out later. She felt like it was one-sided. She felt like he didn't really love her as much as she loved him. She felt like nobody cared about her. You see what I'm saying? Nobody cared about what she wanted, about her happiness. And that's what led her down to becoming depressed. Other people become depressed because It might be they're struggling with some type of drug addiction or something like that. Well, it might be some bad experiences that they had in their life that forced them to take the drugs. Let's like, you know what I'm saying, keep things on point. And the drugs kind of help them get through things temporarily, and then
now your body needs it.
Now your body needs it, and so now you got the depressed state from your past, which is traumatic, and then you start taking the drugs to kind of mask that. So now you're fighting depression and addiction, and so that's a double whammy. So for me personally, like, I believe that it's important for you to realize that you are significant. Find something. You know, we all are. I like to say this, man. We're all special, man. Mm-hmm. Like, we all have a place in this world. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up in a perfect, ideal situation. I grew up in the ghetto. People dying outside my front door. You know, impoverished circumstances. Hustling out my window. You know, plenty of reasons for me to look at myself as being less than, you know, and I would say that, you know, I learned to not compare myself to other people, because, you know, what you got is what you got. Yeah. Like, why would I be looking at what you got? You know what I'm saying? So whether it's getting into something that you are interested in, whether it's some kind of arts, whether it's some kind of athletics, you know, I love to work out. I love music. I like to learn. So the things that I'm interested in, I'm doing those things. I've searched within myself to find the things that I'm interested in. I've searched within myself to find those things so that I can do them. The only way I was able to find those things was for me to get away from the drama. Once I got away from all of the drama, I was able to get into a quiet spot where I could think. Like somebody who was in a jail cell or something. You ain't got no drama around you. All you got time to do is just sit there and think, to meditate, to read. That's what I did. When I got away from the drama, I was able to do some searching within and to find out what it is that I wanted to do. Find out everything that I was good at doing. And it didn't take long. All you need to do is get away from the noise.
Just take the time out.
Just take the time, man. You know what I'm saying? And just make sure that you in the. So look, if you sip or if you tote or anything like that, hey, that's cool. But get in a spot to where, like, you know what I'm saying, for just like, it might be an hour, a day, or two, to where you ain't got none of that in you, to where you're just thinking. Just be like, all right, today right here, it's just soul searching. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no weed. I don't want no alcohol. I'm going to lock my door. I'm going to get up in this zone real quick, and I'm going to just figure out, yo, what is it? Who am I? Yeah. What is it that I'm trying to accomplish in life? What is it that I love to do? And, okay, so I like to do arts. I like to act. I like to do this. I like to design. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, man. I got a dry throat. I like to design. I like to draw. I like business. Whatever, bro. Like, figure out that, and then just become obsessed with all of that. You know what I'm saying? And just do those things, and surround yourself with people who know what they want to do and what they trying to accomplish in life too. You know what I'm saying? And just be about that. You know what I'm saying?
And I think what I'm taking away from everything you're saying too is you're asking the right questions. You know, because it's like the things of, like, you know, you're asking yourself, oh, what do I like? You know, you actually, like, it's the soul searching, like you're saying, because it's like a lot of people start focusing on the bad things, right? And I think that's the reason why, like, sometimes people are in a bad mindset or mind state. It's just because they're so conditioned to think that way, of, like, a negative mindset, instead of looking at the way, like, you're doing it, where, like, oh, what do I like? Okay, let's work on that. Right. And, you know, like, and like you were saying, like, just your circumstance of growing up, you know, you got all these things, external things, but you really hone in and, like, figure out what you want to do. And I think that's where you find inner peace, and, you know, like, because, like, nobody really knows your potential except you. Exactly. And I feel like, also, like, on some shit, like, just ever since we first met, it was just, like, I knew, like, you had that genuine energy, and just, like, that you know, like, oh, keep on going, like, you know, let's do better in this world, you know?
Yes, sir.
That's what I would say I respect about you, like.
Oh, facts, brother, and yeah, I appreciate that, man. I'm definitely about that, man. I'm definitely about that. I would recommend that everybody just get in a quiet spot and ask themselves them questions, man, because really where you go in life is going to be literally in relation to the type of questions that you ask yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And so it's like the type of questions that you ask, like, you know what I'm saying, who am I? What am I about? What is it that I like to do? Okay, so this is what I like to do. Okay, how do I do that? Who do I need to meet that can help me? Where do I need to go where I can figure that out? See, these are all questions.
And then you find the answer. That's our jobs, you know? That's the thing. But some people, it gets hard and overwhelming sometimes.
And I understand that too. I understand that too. And that's the thing, man. Like, it is a grind. It is a struggle. You know what I'm saying? And but you'll be glad that you did it.
That's right.
Because the alternative, man, could be bad. Like really bad. Like if you can either struggle going where you want to go, or you could be sitting in a ditch somewhere just dying with no plan. Either way, it's gonna be some struggle. So you want to struggle towards going where you want to go, or you want to just sit here and struggle. You feel me? And just die and just you know what I'm saying?
You're just staying in the same place. It's really just like a whole loop.
Yeah.
And you're not moving nowhere, rather than like you're from here to here, but at least you set a goal, and then it's like you have that experience too.
Absolutely. And so maybe instead of struggle, maybe we can replace that word with like challenge. You see what I'm saying? So if cats is thinking about struggle, they'd be like, I just don't like that word struggle. Be like, okay, man, challenge. We're all gonna be faced with challenges. Life is challenges.
And the thing too, what you just said, I think is a bit like a very strong thing, or like I guess the ability to be like, okay, instead of thinking this, let's try and like rework and change our mind to think, instead of a struggle, challenge. That right there is super because not a lot of people could do that. They might see, oh, that negative thing, they just like give up. But being able to accept, like you're saying, no, I feel like that's a superpower.
That's a fact right there, bro. So anybody that's tapping into what BERADA just pointed out, it's all about a matter of perspective in life. So what some people would see as a struggle, other people see as a challenge for them to overcome and get better. Just something that's standing in their way, but that is something that is not impossible, but something that they can conquer. You know what I'm saying? With a little bit of learning, with a little bit of soul searching, okay, they can figure out a way for them to adapt to the situation and win. Whereas a struggle, it seems like when you say struggle, that's making you think like you're losing. You see what I'm saying? When really you only lose when you give up. You see what I'm saying? So we don't want to make it seem like everybody's just out here losing. No, we say like, no, struggle and we mean that challenge. It's a challenge. So change the way you look at things and you look at situations. You shouldn't look at even struggle. Now when you start to go into a higher level, you go from struggles to you go from struggles becoming, you look at them as challenges, and then when you go up a higher level, the challenges are opportunities. So now you see a struggle is really an opportunity, or a challenge is an opportunity. So there's levels to this. So it's just like fix the way you interpret situations.
In life too.
In life too. You understand what I'm saying? And just look at things like that. You know what I mean? And so once you start to elevate to that, then really that's when you become unbeatable. You got to become unbeatable in your mind, and then you'll become unbeatable in life. It's a mental thing. It's super mental.
And I think if you guys did not listen to that, replay that shit. Play that like 3 times, because like on some real shit, that's like a lot of people, like if they actually listen to that, I think like you can make your life so much better just because of your same perspective and everything. And I think that was just because I think we actually do got to cut it. I think that was a good place to end it. But I mean, if you want to just give like shout outs again, just for Instagram, like just yourself, Instagram, where they can find you on Instagram, Snap, or Twitter, all the media places if you want to.
Okay, bet. Yes. So on Instagram, my account is Eddie P _Iron Message. That's EDDY _ Iron Message. IRONMESSAGE.
Yeah.
On Twitter, I'm at Iron Message.
Yeah.
And you can find me on Spotify. You can find me on YouTube, all streaming platforms. The song In the End is going to be, it's actually called, that's the Linkin Park song. The remix that I did, we're calling it Doesn't Even Matter. But yeah, that'll be available on March 1st.
March 1st, make sure
yeah, man, thank you for having me, man.
I appreciate it.
Yes,
I think we should all, you should come to another podcast. We could do some shit.
I got you, bro. I'll be here, man. More than happy to join, man. More than happy to join and come and chop up game with y'all, man.
Yeah. Well, make sure you guys tune in every Sunday and Wednesday, 8 a.m. We got tutorials coming Thursday. I know we've been lacking on that. Make sure you guys tune in. Another special thank you to Eddie P. Make sure you guys checking them out. March 1st. Be on the lookout.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Peace up.